entrepreneurs are very often made through a lack of education. And some of South Africa's greatest entrepreneurs have no education at all. So how do you speak to, I don't want to say this modern day challenge, but this contemporary opportunity that South Africa finds itself with a dearth of opportunity in terms of permanent, well-paid jobs, but the opportunity to provide something to the continent and to this country in the form of entrepreneurship?
So, can we have a frank conversation? Yeah, and forgive me because I'm going to speak frankly and I'm going to speak bluntly. I think that one of the biggest dangers around this is anecdotal cases. I can find you 1,000 cases, anecdotally, that will show you people with education did fantastically well with entrepreneurship. And I'm sure somebody can give me 1,000 cases where people without education did well anecdotal. And so there's a real danger about going to the anecdotal because it doesn't prove the case one way or the other. All it gives you is individual examples, and there's always exceptional cases. So for me, that's the first thing. It seems to be that one needs to be careful. The second is we have to ask, why is it that Africa's growth rate over the last 15, 20 years, we've had growth. Why is it being so exclusionary? And partly it's got to do with, it seems to me, two things. First, it's got to do with existing elites, or politically connected elites, got access to resources, and they use those resources in ways sometimes that are entrepreneurial, but because they're existing elites, all it does is make them richer. And frankly, often they've done it parasitically, and much of the concern I have with BE, for instance, is how much of this is new productive capital, or is it existing capital that you've got to share of? And that doesn't broaden the base. So that's the problem. If you've got to do two things if you want to bring down inequality, and if you want to make it inclusionary. You've got to get more people part of the economy, and you've got to therefore, as a result, make people at the bottom grow faster than the people at the top. Now that's a tricky thing because the guys at the top have assets, they have property, they have stocks, they have bonds. And as a general rule, if economic growth happens, they grow faster than the guys at the bottom. You've got to make these guys grow faster, and part of this is employment, and part of this is small business development, and new enterprises, etc. That's why the lesson from Witz's success has not been what he taught in the classroom. That was important. But what made the difference is because it's such a diverse environment. Whether you like it or not, you learn to navigate that world. In the classroom, outside the classroom, in the cafeteria, in the marches on the Vice Chancellor's office. But when you do that, you don't get freaked out about that world. You learn how to navigate it, you learn how to have a conversation, you learn how to find a plan, you learn how to build those networks and those alliances. And so for me, a university can do it. But it can't simply do it through the classroom. It's what it's going to do outside the classroom. How does it enable people who have an opportunity to take a risk? How does it enable its students to link up with the corporates? How does it get access to venture capital? How does it apply those skills? We need to create mechanisms. And the universities can't do it on their own.
Where do you think private education has fallen short in addressing the challenges and providing education that's commensurate with the opportunities when it comes to entrepreneurship and going on your own and realizing that the days of expecting a permanent job with all of the perks are fast disappearing?
So I think we must take a step back and understand where private education came from. And I think this is where we're seeing a lot of people, a lot of businesses coming into the education sector that see private education as a quick buck. They set up a private school, they make an exorbitant amount of money, and it's easy to get a nice flashy car because that's what the parents drive. I sit on the board of a couple of these private schools around South Africa, and I can tell you right now, these guys are not sitting with a lot of money in the coffers. It's an incredibly expensive business to run. but it's one that has been born out of necessity. So it is an extremely elite environment where it's not about access, it's about, as Prof said, it's about your networks, it's about what you've inherently taken into this relationship.